Hello, we are in Woking. We just finished the MTA Technical Committee meeting. It was the last meeting of 2025, and I met with a very old colleague, Kareema Hilton. We know each other for a long time. We worked together in the AMRC for a long time, and then she decided to move to Glasgow, and she's now based in Scotland, and it was great to see you again. And yeah, so I would like to have a conversation with you and then record this session with you. I will ask you a few questions. And my first question is, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Kareema Hilton. I work for NMIS, which is the National Manufacturing Institute Scotland. I am Machining Applications Theme Lead, so this is the background that I met Erdem in to begin with. We were both in the machining team and carrying on the fit technology.
Yeah, I think you had started maybe a few months before me.
Yes.
So it was my first job after the PhD, and I remember seeing you. We were tap testing it, and my main role was to increase the capabilities of the AMRC in the machining dynamics area. So you were already trained, and then you did a lot of projects on that. I remember, and then you did a lot of projects, and then you moved to Glasgow, and maybe you can talk about some interesting projects that you are working on.
Yes, so I am in the machining team as well in Glasgow. We're working on aerospace projects. We've got a lot of aerospace companies closely based at NMIS. I do a little bit, not just for aerospace sector, but we've got a lot of small to medium-sized enterprises as well. So we like to support those businesses as well as the larger enterprises as well. But tap testing, when you mentioned that, that's something that's still not as fully known in Scotland, and I'm really keen to exploit it a bit more. And obviously Productive Machines are a member of NMIS, so it'd be really nice for us to collaborate and work together more and support some businesses in Scotland.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Tap testing as a technology is like 30, 40 years old.
Yeah.
But when I showed the tap testing to people, they said, well, what is this? They don't know about it. Yeah. One of the aims of Productive Machines is to make it more accessible. And we have developed a tap test version 2 software. We should share it with you soon.
Yep.
So you have the previous version, but the next version is even more easier to use. By making easier to use products, basically, we believe that we can amplify our reach or amplify the reach of this technology. But of course, one misconception is that people think that they will just do a tap testing and then it will do everything for them. It wasn't the case before Productive Machines came into the picture. But still, what happens is you do tap tests and then you measure the nature, frequency, stiffness, and damping properties. Then there is another software called SenseNC. It does the optimization. Basic tap testing is an input to the SenseNC software, so that the software takes care of the machine, specific dynamics of that specific machine. So
we're excited to. We've got the software. We're excited to use it more and exploit it more as well.
Yeah, so we are also excited that more people in NMIS uses it, and then as a result of that, hopefully more Scottish companies are going to use it as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you come back to the technical committee, maybe you can tell us how long have you been involved in the technical committee?
I think I've been in the technical committee for about 6 years now, so quite a long time. It's really important actually. We've got a lot of different types of machining organisations, and the technical committee is where we come together once every 3 months and talk about collaboration ideas and different challenges that all the different companies have. So it's always really nice to gather together and hear what they've got to say.
Yeah, I'm coming, I think, for maybe 18 months, and it's been really good so far. So it's a nice, close community here.
Yeah.
And next question for me is like, what were the highlights of today?
There's quite a few highlights. So we were at McLaren, saw a lot of fast cars. But also just the building itself was quite incredible, wasn't it? I heard it was built in 2004, I think. But it just seemed very new age still. So I imagine what it was like all those years ago. It would have been even more incredible. So it was a good visit. But seeing the fast cars was a highlight for me.
Yeah, it was really great, and also they hosted us very kindly. They shared a lot about their production, and one thing that I found very interesting was they have a lake next to the building.
Yes.
And they use the lake to cool or heat the building, which is really interesting.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think NMIS has got a bit of that, but we gather the rainwater to put through our plumbing system. So
Wow, okay.
it rains a lot in Glasgow, so
Yeah.
it's quite a good method. But that's really great that organisations are doing this.
Yeah, I remember the AMRC Factory of the Future. So it was a green building, so we don't have air condition. It was designed for the typical English weather, but I remember in the hot days sometimes it may not be very comfortable.
No, I know. Yeah.
So sometimes comfort and the green doesn't work well, but yeah. But this one was really interesting.
Yes, it was lovely.
And now you go back to Glasgow?
Yeah,
after?
travel back to Glasgow.
Yeah.
Got a few things to do tomorrow. I'm going to a STEM event tomorrow, promoting engineering to young kids. So I get back to business again.
Very interesting. So what do you do with the kids?
So it's called the Turbine Task Force.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is we're going into the school. There's 15 individuals. Tomorrow actually it's girls, and we're going to give them a challenge to make our turbine from like arts and crafts bits and bobs.
Wow.
And we've got a hairdryer, and we're going to see if it actually works as a turbine.
What is the age? Like,
I think they'll be about from 12 to 15 years old.
okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Encourage them, get them excited about engineering, and that helps us off for the future, doesn't it?
Yeah, great. This reminded me of a project that we had run. It was through a collaboration with a few universities led by Professor Julian Alwood from Cambridge. It was called 88 Pianists, and it was basically a STEM activity. We work with primary school kids.
Yep.
And yeah, STEM activities is very satisfying.
It's quite important.
find,
as well. Yeah, agreed.
Okay, good luck, and then also have a safe flight to
Thank you.
Glasgow. It was very nice to see you.
It was lovely to see you, Erdon.
Okay, bye bye.